Hello, everybody. Welcome to James Squared. This is going to be a solo podcast. Milu is busy, so he's on assignment. Let's just say, I'm working doubles, so I got here. It's about Thursday night, 9 p.m. Ready for bed, but I got to get this in. First, let me again welcome you to James Squared Solo Edition. Please follow, subscribe, and just listen and watch the Halos in the Infield on YouTube, and then Believe.com for the podcast form, and wherever you can find your podcasts, so Spotify, wherever else. Also, go to social media, Instagram, X, and Facebook. Just click in Halos in the Infield, and you'll find us there. Comment, whether you like our opinions or don't, or have your own opinion, which there's been a lot in the post-game chat. Wild ones, let's just say. And then talk about our awesome sponsors, of course. Let's start off with Noble Ale Works. I should make it there tomorrow or Saturday before the Brave series. Make sure you mention Halos in the Infield for some drink specials there. It's all good. Friendly bartenders there at 1621 Sinclair Street, Suite B in Anaheim there. And park there, and it's only like about, 5-10 minute walk to the Angel game. But before that, make a stop over to Mezzo Calzones for your food. And Mezzo will be over at Noble. Just check out the website there for Mezzo Calzones or Noble, or follow them on everybody on Instagram pretty much. Sometimes Mezzo will be out at Noble outside in the parking lot, making their great wings. You go to the restaurant, as me and Todd and others will be having the watch party on Saturday, on the 17th. Yeah, 17th, against the Braves. But come by first for the Mezzo Heedy deal. Get 15% off there as well. So great offers there. Go to 714 Tickets. Now, I just purchased 5 tickets. We'll be going to Friday's game on the 16th against Braves. Found some great tickets for a great price. I'll definitely be looking at them to get some professional football tickets or college football, and we'll see what happens with that. But I'll be looking forward to putting in that Heedy disc code for 10% off, as I did. And then there's a rewards program as well. For each time you buy tickets, there's more toward your tickets, more savings, I should say. So it's great to see all that for your tickets. Also, go to Bet Online. Bet Online is your number one source for games all season long, whether it's women's basketball, baseball. Pretty soon football will be coming up, or there's preseason on. You can even bet on that. There's betting for everything. Each stat, or every stat, every matchup, and even live odds while the games are being played. And then when the games are over, head on over to our online casino and get in on a game of blackjack, poker, and unwind with over 150 of their slot games. So check that out. And head over to the website today, betonline.com. And don't forget to use the promo code BELIEVE, all in caps, BLEAV, for your 50% off welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet Online, the game starts here. And the show will start here. We'll have a recap, of the road trip, the last of the road trip, of course. The Angels went to the New York Yankees. Me and Milu talked about that, how one game was rained out, and then there was a doubleheader, and the Angels and Yankees split it. And then and Neto had a great doubleheader. And then the Angels won that Thursday game, got the hell out of there. And they took 2 out of 3. Now, you figured they'll ride that momentum to Washington. No. Friday night, offense wasn't really there. and a loss in extra innings. Same thing with Saturday. It was a 3-2 loss on Friday. Saturday was a 5-4 loss. Ben Joyce, unfortunately, and Krause just had a bad go as of late out of the bullpen. It's been unfortunate to see. Although Wednesday came around and Jack Kahonowitz got his first major league win. Remember, he was called back up from Double-A after being sent down. So he goes to 1-2. Mackenzie Gore got the loss. The Angels won 6-4. It was really, really shocking, I think, that they got the win, but luckily they did, because you don't want to get swept by Washington and come in after you beat one of the best teams in the New York Yankees 2 out of 3. I think the main highlight was probably Kevin Pillar that cleared the bases to make it 5-0. That was that Roku early game. It was 8:30. I think I listened to it, but yeah, it was a good win for the Angels, and just luckily, again, no sweep in Washington. Now, the Angels came back home against the Toronto Blue Jays. They're another team that's out there that is really just playing the season out, the Blue Jays. Of course, you have Vladimir Guerrero Jr. coming in. And then after that, there's no Bo Bichette. There's no stars. But man, did the Angels make Toronto look like back-to-back world champions like they did in 92 and 93. Monday night, the Angels lost 4-2. And this became a theme, I think, all over the series, was that they could not get the runners home when they got runners on, which was a rarity. But Davis Daniel got the loss, and then he was sent back down. He's not meant to be a starter. There's little flashes here and there, but it's just not going well for him. I'll tell you, one guy who had a great time was Will Wagner, the local product. He had a great series. Being home, that was really, really, really good. The closer of Billy Wagner, the son, of the All-Star closer, maybe Hall of Famer, coming up, Billy Wagner. He had a great opening night. He went 3 for 4. And you could tell the future is now with Wagner. Francis had a great start. 7 innings, 1 hit, 1 earned run, and 8 strikeouts. Just awful. The Angels, I think, only left 4 on, and it could have been worse with the Blue Jays. They left 9 on. That was wild. Next night, the Angels lost 5-1. Gosman got the win, and he had a high ERA, but man, the Angels certainly showed him that he could do whatever he wanted to almost in this game. Fulmer got the loss. He had an unfortunate start, and again, he's just thrusted into the starting rotation, but it's not really what he's meant to do. Again, they lost 6-1. Will Wagner had another double that brought home another run. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. had the home run to make it 4-0. Spencer Horwitz had another great game. He had a home run as well. And it was pretty much over by the top of the third. It was already 5-0. Later on, 6-0. Calhoun did have a home run. And there's news about him, of course. We'll get to that in a little bit. And then Wednesday came, and the Angels were swept. 9-2 was the final score. Barrios got the win, and Tyler Anderson just, he had I don't think it was an okay start, but, Ernie Clement, there's all these names that no one knows, but the Blue Jays, they were all hitting. All these Blue Jays were hitting very well. He started off in the top of second, hitting a home run to make it 2-0. Vlad Jr. had a single that brought home Verjo to make it 3-0. And then Verjo in the top of the fifth hit a home run to make it 6-0. That was a 3-run home run. I remember listening to that thinking, oh, that's over with. Matt Theis had a solo home run. Clement had a triple. And then top of the ninth, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. just made it extra with a 2-run home run to make it 9-1. and that was in the top of the ninth, and you knew, okay, it's over. I think Taylor Ward had a sacrifice fly, in the ninth inning to make it 9-2. And it's kind of odd because Rendon came home from third on the sac fly, and they're both like sharing a moment, and they're down 7 runs. It's just, to me, I thought professionalism went out the door there. I don't know, but if I was losing my ass like that, I would not be. I would not be happy about just scoring, 2 runs a game. That's just probably not me. So they get swept due to the Angels. They allowed 19 runs, and the Angels only scored 5. 19-5 the whole series against the Jays. Just 5 runs for the Angels, 19 for the Blue Jays. So they came in and they just destroyed the Angels on the first installment of the homestand. Luckily, Thursday the 15th was an off day, and boy, did the Angels need it. Just looking at the standings, of course, really doesn't matter anymore, but the Angels are 52-69 going into the off day, 13.5 behind first place Houston, who have now a 3-game lead over Seattle, and Texas has faded to 10 games back, and Oakland is creeping up. They're only a half game behind the Angels for 4th place. They're 14 games back of first place. Toronto, they're having a bad year as well. 57-64. They're in last place, but they're trying to get that 4th place. They're 14.5 back of Baltimore and New York in the American League East. I don't know if I'll just read it. What the hell? Toronto is 9 back of the wild card. The Angels are 14 back. So, whatever. That. Some news going around. I don't want to mention that, but spring training schedule was announced, so maybe I'll go out there, maybe not. We'll see. There was some news about Kenny Rosenberg. He was optioned to AAA Salt Lake City because Brock Burke was claimed from the Texas Rangers by the Angels. So via waivers, of course. Burke, 28 years of age, had a 9.22 ERA in 13 and 2.5 innings before being DFA'd last week. So he's going to fit right into the bullpen. He did have plenty of success in 2022. Remember, that was an off year for Texas. After they, the first years of signing Seager and Simeon. He had a 1.97 ERA, 90 strikeouts, and 82 and 1/3 innings. If he can go back to that, he'll be a good piece. But I don't know about that. Rosenberg was optioned after he gave up 1 run in 5 innings on long relief on Tuesday's game. He posted a 6.87 ERA in 18 innings, 18 and 1/3 innings of work this year with the Angels. Just really not going to be a factor. The Angels did add Nick Robertson from the St. Louis Cardinals off waivers. He's 26 years of age, has a 4.38 ERA, 14 strikeouts, and 2 walks, and 12 and 1/3 innings this season pitched for the Redbirds. Both, again, were designated for assignments and have minor league options, just to let you know. On the injured list, we'll talk about Jose Marte. He has that viral infection. Maybe he'll be back. He was put on the injured list on August 10th. Maybe he'll be back next week. We'll see for the road trip. Willie Calhoun, I believe, was not DFA'd, but something. And also, I forgot to mention, Anthony Rendon came back to Washington and Nats Park. Excuse me. it was a good ovation for him Friday and throughout the series. And then Roku even interviewed him on Sunday morning during the game. And that was weird for number 6. You know, we really hear him talk, and when he does, he says something, smart aleck, and he did again. And just mentioning, hey, I know so many guys over there talking about the Nats and all that. So, yeah, it was weird to see him talk about it. Let's see, what else? Talk about Christian Moore. He's been amazing so far. Remember, he made the jump from single A to double A really, really fast. I think in 2 games, I want to say. They're labeling him as a special talent and a special person. And you saw that in the interview at the draft as well, where he wants the team to be a winner and he wants to be a winner. He slugged a couple more home runs. He has 6 and 7 pro games. 6 and 7 minor league games. Just amazing. He's the 8th overall pick, of course. Like I said, he only made 2 appearances for the 66ers, and he's just been amazing all this time. Just that's a report on him, and we'll see if Moore can jump up even to the maybe to the majors. I think people are saying maybe in a couple of weeks he'll go to AAA or skip AAA, and he'll go right to the majors. And I think everybody keeps mentioning about Brandon Drury, how, hey, you better be on the lookout for him being DFA'd because he'll be gone. The news, on Thursday, Willie Cahoon was DFA'd. We'll see if he's brought back or he's sent down to the Bees. The Angels are calling up Jack Lopez, the infielder. He has 12 home runs and 57 RBIs and 15 stolen bases and a 274 average. We'll see where Lopez, where he'll fit in from Salt Lake City to up here. But again, Willie Cahoon, would have a home run here and there. I remember Wash telling him that he's not a home run hitter, but it seems like that's all he really did to get on base. Remember, he had a couple, I only remember one walk-off he had earlier this season. But yeah, that was Willie Cahoon. We'll see if he'll come back. And by the way, check out Halos in the Infield on X. And there's always great questions of the day every morning that will come up on X and all of the social media platforms. So check that out. Fernando does a great job with that. And, of course, all of our shows here on Halos in the Infield, on YouTube and on the podcast forum on Believe and Spotify. So check all that out. All right, so that's all the news, the injuries, and all you need to know. Now, let's go to the Atlanta Braves coming into town for a 3-game series here on the weekend. Stankonia coming on in. We'll see them. And Friday, Saturday, of course, will be 6:38 starts. Friday, of course, I will be at with others. And then Saturday, be sure to go to the watch party at Mezzo Calzone's, either before or during the game or after the game. The post-game show will be there, and I should be there as well, so it'd be very fun. Now, let's preview the series between the Braves and the Angels. The Atlanta Braves come in, taking 3 out of 4 in a key series up in the Bay Area at Oracle at San Francisco. They won in extra inning affairs Monday and Tuesday, 10 innings. Monday and Tuesday, and they blew out the Giants Wednesday, and then lost a close one to the Giants Thursday. So they come down here with no days off, but with a little time here, they're already in, of course. But the Braves, looking at their record, they're 64-57. They're only 7 games out of first place. Philly did catch a half game with their win today. It was 6.5 earlier when I looked this afternoon, Thursday, of course. So Philly did get the win. So the Braves are 7 games out, but they do lead the wild card, the third spot, through 2 games over the Mets, 3.5 over the Giants. Now you can see why that Giants Brave series this week was very, very important, because it made the difference there, and it put a little cushion in between them and the Giants, and now the Mets. Wild card, of course, above them, Arizona and San Diego are tied for the first wild card spot, and they're 4.5 ahead of the Braves for the second or the first wild card spot over Atlanta. Of course, the Braves this year, they've been through hell and back. Injuries to their 2 main players in the field, Albies and Acuna Jr. You counter that with some other pitchers that have been injured for the Braves. Max Fried was one, among others. Little known closer will be back for the Braves, closing for them. Maybe you'll see him all 3 games. Who knows? Rafael Iglesias will be back with the Braves. See what reception he'll get from the Angel fans that remember him. So let's get into the pitching matchups. Of course, this is the Players' Weekend. On the hats, I think on the right side of the hat? Yeah, right side of the hat, there will be their numbers will have a little different design on the side of their hats. We'll see about the jerseys, but it's not as dramatic as having like the Little League style jerseys or the black and white jerseys that were awful because you couldn't see the names or the numbers in 2019. So that's kind of been toned down a little bit, thank God. But Players' Weekend, so check that out. For the Braves, though, on Friday, their starting pitcher will be Schwellenbach. He's 4-5 with a 3.95 ERA. Jose Soriano will go for the Angels. He is, of course, 6-7 with a 3.36 ERA. Spencer Schwellenbach. That's a fun name, ain't it? 6'1", 200 pounds. He's only 24 years of age. Again, he's up because of the injuries to their rotation. He's pitched 70 and 2/3 innings and 77 strikeouts this year, and he's only just begun. Only a rookie this year. He was drafted 2021, second round, 59th overall by the Atlanta Braves, and out of Nebraska. So he's a Cornhusker. And he made his debut back in May, the end of May, for the Braves. Soriano, of course, with some rough starts here and there. Excuse me. Again, with that 6-7 ERA. He's pitched 109 and 2/3 innings, 92 strikeouts. Like I mentioned, his last start in Washington on the 9th, he went 6 innings, didn't get the decision, but he pitched very well. Only gave up 1 run and 4 hits and 7 strikeouts and 1 walk. But before that, he was having a little bit of some issues here. But the start against the Mets was really good too, 6 innings. So before those 2 starts, he was having some issues. Last month against the A's, only went 2 2/3 innings, 5 hits and 3 earned runs. But you can bet the Braves are looking at the start against Washington to really see what Soriano has done well as of late. For Schwellenbach, his last start was at Colorado, and he did very, very well. 6 innings of work, 6 hits, and only 2 runs given up, 7 strikeouts with 2 walks. So we might be in for a good pitcher's duel, and the score will be low on Friday night. Now, talk about Saturday's game. Man, I think this guy is probably in the running for 2 awards. Not only National League Cy Young, but maybe comeback player of the year. And this, of course, is Chris Sale. 13-3 with a 2.61 ERA. Who the hell had this coming? He was traded, of course, from the Red Sox to the Braves in the offseason. And nobody thought he was going to be this good this late in his career. It's almost like he's had a second chance, an awakening. He's been amazing. Again, this will be his 23rd start, 134 inning, 2/3 pitch, excuse me. He's been amazing. And his last start at the Giants, he went 7 innings, did not get the decision on the 12th, 4 hits and 12 strikeouts. And he pitched, that was what, Tuesday, I want to say. And he had just an amazing start. Or maybe that was Monday. I'm sorry. Maybe Monday. He had 12 strikeouts. His counterpart, Blake Snell, had 11 and went out of the game just before he did. And again, the Braves won that in extra innings. But before that, he gave up a couple of runs in each of his starts against Milwaukee. But man, did he find a fountain of youth against the Giants. That was a great game. I was watching that. Griffin Canning will get the start on Saturday. Again, selling Griffin Canning Saturday. Canning will make his 25th appearance or start. He's 4-10, 5.11 ERA, 128 and 2/3 pitched, innings pitched, 93 strikeouts. He's had a tough go at it this season, but he's been giving up hits lately. At Washington on the 10th, just didn't look good. 7 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs, no strikeouts. Before that, though, he had 8 strikeouts against the Mets and 6 against the Rockies, but gave up the hits and a few runs here and there. Against Colorado, 6 strikeouts, but 6 runs and 6 hits given up. And then the walks are an issue as well. But yeah, he's got to stay out of those big innings. The walks kill him. Other from that start in Washington, man, there's a lot that he has to get right. I think we were all hoping for him to ascend, especially with all the injuries in the rotation, but it's just not happening. On Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock, Charlie Morton, the man who revitalized his career by mirroring Roy Halladay's pitching form. He's bounced around with the Pirates, and now he's found a landing spot with the Atlanta Braves. He's 40 years of age, 6'5", 215. This will be his 23rd appearance of the season, 6-7 record, 4.40 ERA, and 120 and 2/3 innings of work, and 120 strikeouts. So a strikeout in an inning for Charlie Morton. Career record of 136 and 120, with the career ERA of just over 4, 375 games pitched. He was drafted back in 2002 by the Braves in the 3rd round. So think about how long he's been around and how many innings he's pitched, and then also how many teams he's been on. But let's look at his recent starts. That one against the Giants. Again, that was on Tuesday. This on Tuesday. So that Cell start was on Monday. Yeah, there we go. He didn't get the decision, but he went 6 innings, gave up 6 hits. He struck out 8 Giants, only gave up 2 runs and 1 walk. Before that, he struggled against Milwaukee. So, and then before that, against Miami, he had just about the same numbers against Marlins as he did against the Giants. So, I don't even know what to think about him, but he should be okay to pitch during the day. We'll see if that happens. So, to tell you where he's been, he started out with the Braves, though he was traded to Pittsburgh, and that's where he really got his notice there. Went to the Phillies. He was on the 2017 Astros for a couple of years as well, Tampa Bay. And then 2021, he went to the Braves again. And he's been there ever since. So maybe this will be his last season. Who knows? The opposite of that career, Jack Kohanowitz, will have the start on Sunday afternoon. 6'7", 228. He's only 23 years of age. This will be his fourth game of work. He has a 1-2 win-loss record. His ERA almost at 8, 7.98. 14 and 2/3 innings of work, 7 strikeouts. Kohanowitz, his last, let me tell you about, he was drafted in the 3rd round of 2019, came out of high school from Pennsylvania, made his debut, of course, on 7/11 of 2024. He had the start on Sunday and got the first win, 7 and 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. So, man, it's just funny how you're having someone 40 years old, somebody 24 years old, somebody who pitched, 375 games to just their 4th game for Kohanowitz on Sunday. So if you like opposites, Sunday's a game for you. So we'll see how that goes. Some other notes that I forgot to mention. The Angels in their City Connect jerseys, and I heard they're going to get a new one next year. Someone can confirm that. They are now 20 and 15 in those uniforms. And I think they're still good uniforms. I'm just wondering what the new ones will be for next year, if they'll be like blue or all. Could you imagine all red? Nah. But we'll see if that happens. So the next topic and the last topic we'll get to. And this is something I saw online, but I had to make sure that people, talk about it maybe in the comments for those who watch. But does Mike Trout have to go the way that Bryce Harper did, switch his fielding position? Trout, again, is out for the 4th season in a row after just playing, what seems like a handful of games. But the wear and tear on his knees year in, year out, that took a toll not only on him, but Bryce Harper, crashing into walls, diving for catches, making throws. You've seen what Bryce Harper has done, become an MVP again at first base for the Phillies, and they've been winning. Now, not only do they have a great lineup around him, but he's flourishing at first base as well. He's become a great fielder there. So I don't know if Mike Trout, I think he's stuck, he's cool in his ways where he's like, yeah, I'm just going to go out here, just, do my job, wear my hat backwards and just play outfield the center field if I can. But, I know a lot of people are talking about, should he go to DH? Remember, instead of being a DH in that first game back in AAA, he decided to play center field, and that's where he felt some uncomfort, and he was done for the year. Now, if he was at DH or first base, maybe it would have been different, or maybe if he played the field, he would have been hurt again. But something to keep in mind, maybe he goes the Bryce Harper route and plays first base. He'll have to bulk up a little bit, but I know a lot of people like Todd has mentioned, well, he shouldn't do that. He should, slim down a little bit. I think we all can. But I just don't know what's going to happen with Mike Trout. If he continues to play the outfield, should he move to right field? Should he just be an all-time DH like Pujols was supposed to be? Or make the jump to first base? I'll let you people decide in the comments and let me know. So that's all I really have here for James Squared. This episode of our show 24. Milu should be back next week with me. Again, our schedules are so different. So we're trying to get together, but it gets tougher. But again, be sure to come out not only Friday to the Big A to get that belt bag. Oh, sure. But Saturday to Mezzo, Calzones, right across the street. Right there in the Platinum Triangle. Make sure to mention Halos in the Infield. Hang out with us. Mention Halos in the Infield. You get 15% off. The calzones are great. The wings are great. I'm dying to get them in my mouth again. So check out all that. They have a great beer lineup there as well. Also and that'll be Saturday, of course, the 17th. Come hang out with us before the game or after the game or during the game if you don't have a ticket. But if you do get tickets, go to 714 Tickets. Make sure to put it code Heedy for 10% off. Go to Noble Ale Works, mention Heedy for drink specials, and also go to betonline.com and put believe in all caps for 50% off your first bet there. First deposit, I should say. So, and then follow us, of course, on Halos in the Infield, on social media, X, Instagram. Fernando and Todd do a great job of keeping that going. Check out Halo Joe. Of course, the Facebook Halos in the Infield group. Great people in there asking questions or, uploading pictures, whatever the case is. And just check us out, of course, here on YouTube. Follow and subscribe and comment. Again, what do you think about the Angels this year? And what do you think about Trout maybe moving positions to prolong his career? Let me know in the chat. Again, watch all the shows. Cup of Joe, got Lone Star Halo, got James Squared. There'll be some other shows too as well. And don't forget the Todd Fox post-game show after every Angels game where he gives it to you real unlike others. Did I say that out loud? Probably did. Rob, of course, was doing a great job holding it down. And he has some great opinions as well. So everyone knows their stuff here. That's all I got to say. Take care, folks, and go Halos. Don't get swept again.